Alright, let's go race at Imola. Let's get started. Here we go. Here we go. So right now, it's now F1 2022. We're gonna try.
It's race day once again, and we're moments away from lights out and the all-important sprint towards turn 1. Welcome to another Formula One Grand Prix. A lap of Imola, anti-clockwise of course, unlike most of the Formula One circuits, will take our drivers around 3.1 miles of track,
sectors,
19 turns, 9 right,
1 DRS zone,
left. Drivers will need to be precise at the hairpin at turn 7, given the
19
subsequent
turns here in Imola
section. Without a good exit from that corner, they'll lose a lot of time on that stretch. Anthony Davidson is with me once again to take you through today's action, and we have plenty of twists and turns to come over the next hour or so, I'm sure. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? Besides that, of course, any kind of turn 1 incident could completely turn the race on its head. Let's keep our fingers crossed that everyone can get through in one piece.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts on the pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Carlos Sainz, and Stroll.
Perez with Sainz, Lance Stroll,
Leclerc,
Ocon, Leclerc,
Tsunoda,
with Yuki Tsunoda, with Pierre Gasly, P9, P10 for AlphaTauri, with Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando
Vettel, and Norris,
Sebastian Vettel, Lando Norris, with
Mazepin,
Nicolas Latifi and Nikita
George Russell,
Mazepin,
and Kimi
with George
Raikkonen,
Russell and Kimi Raikkonen,
Mick Schumacher,
with Mick
and
Schumacher,
Antonio Giovinazzi,
and
starts on the
Antonio
back of the grid.
Giovinazzi back of the grid.
That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Here we go. Racing here in Imola. It's time to stop the race. Here we go. Here come the lights in. Here we go. 4, 5 red lights are on now. And it's lights out and away we go. Great start. Verstappen gets a jump start. Here goes Perez. Will pass me into P2. And the contact into the back boundary bonus. See? Coming to the next coach. We're back all the way. We'll let Perez stay out in front. Oh, wow, it's super. I'm flying chicanes. Coming to the next little curve and trying to look at the outside of Perez, but Perez lays out in front. And we're 1.1 the gap to Verstappen ahead in P11, in P1. Very close. And we're coming to the inside on Sergio Perez, and we got Perez into P2. And we got Perez into P2. We go quickest in sector 2 as we head to the bus stop chicane. Right there, we pass where Charles Leclerc spotted at the bus stop chicane. It cost him to take the lead before Verstappen took over the lead and won again the Grand Prix, but there is no DRS until lap 3. And Verstappen already led lap 1, 124 for Max Verstappen, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And we're 1.5 the gap to Perez behind in P3. And we're going to back all the way to turn 2, turn 3. And we'll let Verstappen stay out in front. And a little bit wide through the curve. Oh, Verstappen had to go across the line. He's going to come back and into the back of us right here. And we go quickest through the first. Verstappen's got front wing damage. Verstappen's got front wing damage. Oh my goodness, Verstappen has got damaged the front wing on the hitting in the back into us. And that means he has to drop back. It looks like Verstappen starts to drop back right here. And now the next curve right here. That puts Sergio Perez into P2. And now into the bus stop chicane again. That's where Charles Leclerc spun at the bus stop chicane. I went past right here. See? Now into turn 17, coming into turn 18, 2.7 the gap to Perez behind in P2. Come into turn 19 and we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:18.9.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
And DRS is now enabled. Once again, so DRS now enabled as Max Verstappen comes into the pits to repair the front wing. Here we go. All right. Oh, right there. That's where I passed where George Russell went over the curves for you, and so does Lewis Hamilton did go over the curves. And we go quickest through the first sector again than anybody. Fastest through the first sector than anybody. We're 3.9 the gap to Sergio Perez behind in P2. He closer to 4.1 now the gap. And here we are. Come to the line where we gotta go, and we go fastest again, sector 2 than anybody. Coming into the bus stop chicane, right for a pass where Charles Leclerc spun at the bus stop chicane. Very good. And this right here. The 16 coming to turn 17. Coming to turn 18. Now turn 19, now we come to the line and we set another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:17.5.
Fastest lap of the race.
And we'll switch off the overtake and save more power.
Behind is 9.8 seconds.
5.7 the gap to Sergio Perez behind in P2, the Mexican driver. And 10.7 the gap to Valtteri Bottas behind in P3. But we don't need to do only the Grand Prix. We just do 5 laps this time around, so but not in the career. That's like there's how it goes right here. You can see now we're 6.7 the gap to Perez behind in P2. And now heading into the bus stops again. Yeah, by 6.8 now the gap to Perez behind P2. Here we go, coming into turn 17. Watch the screen, coming to turn 19. Now turn 19 and start the final lap of the Italy Rangan Grand Prix.
Final lap of the race.
And we go fastest again, sector 3 than anybody. And on to the final lap of the race here, the Italy Rangan Grand Prix. Right there, I went past where George Russell and Lewis Hamilton went over the curves. Right? And now coming to the next curve. And now, as we got getting closer indeed, we're 7.6 the gap to Perez behind P2. As we move the line here. I love seeing this move. Nice. Don't ever. You can just laugh as we move into the bus stop stage. You can't use a lot of curves. That's where Leclerc did, and at the bus stop stage. That's where he spun a little bit attached into the grass. Right? Now into turn 17. Now towards turn 18. And now we come to the final turn 19. We'll see the checkered flag and win the Italy Rangan Grand Prix.
Yes, you've done it. Well done.
Yes, you did it. Get in there. And driver of the day, Lewis Hamilton. All right, Lewis Hamilton, driver of the day.
They take the checkered flag then here in Imola in what has been
Total
another
wolf,
outstanding Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart?
Thank you, Sergio.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
And it's time for the champagne. Here we go. You're gonna spray me, Sergio. Here, take this. I'll spray you back. And spray, 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 spray. Yes.
It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Yes, indeed. Hamilton gets the win, which is me, with 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Would take Chicho Vassalov race 175. Perez comes home in second, and Valtteri Bottas will round up the podium. P1, P3 finish for Mercedes. Charles Leclerc, as Carlos Sainz comes home in fourth. Esteban Ocon in fifth. Yuki Tsunoda comes home in sixth. Pierre Gasly seventh. Lance Stroll in eighth. Daniel Ricciardo ninth, and Charles Leclerc rounds up the top 10. Lando Norris comes home in 11th, Sebastian Vettel in 12th, Fernando Alonso 13th, and Nicholas Latifi 14th, George Russell 15th, D-Mark 16th, Nikita Mazepin 17th, Mick Schumacher will finish in 18th, Antonio Giovinazzi finishes in 19th, and Max Verstappen finishes in 20th in last place. And now the standings, and still in the lead, 52-point lead over Sergio Perez. He moved up into second, and Bottas now moved up into first. Verstappen now down into fourth, and is now all the way down into fourth. As Ocon and Tsunoda are now 14 points, they are now tied. And 6 and 6 for Pierre Gasly, and Lance also tied. Dan Ricciardo and Leclerc are now tied for 12th. And the constructor standings, Mercedes continued on the top, 79 over Red Bull. AlphaTauri moved up into fourth, and we have Ferrari moved up into fifth. McLaren down into sixth, and Aston Martin now dropped down into seventh. All right, that was the race at Imola, and the next stop we're off to. We have to go to the next stop for that. We'll be off to Portimão for the Portuguese Grand Prix.